Coucou mes puces, and who is excited for another foundation review Monday? It has been a hot minute since we have done a foundation review, and it's because, I don't know, I feel like I tested almost everything out there and I was trying to use up one of my foundations, so I wasn't trying anything new out. But my amazing sissy April knows where it's at and has sent me a couple samples. So the one that we are going to test out today, which is on my face, is this gorgeous Cosmetics Sheer Brilliance Liquid Foundation. And so the shade that I have here is 2NSB. And pulling up the website, looks like there's 1, 2, 3. It looks like there's 12 shades. And it does look on this website, let's see if you can see that. I hope you guys can see that. It looks like there's a fair amount of like pale and slightly richer skin tones, as well as yellow tones and neutral tones and pink tones. So I'm thinking in terms of shade variety, there's a good bunch. And yes, I am jamming out to Bruno Mars, still riding that amazing high. He may or may not be on my background. So it says here on the website that it's $42, and I'm going to read you what the description says. So the description says it's a velvety soft foundation which provides a beautiful sheer coverage for a natural look. This lightweight liquid foundation glides over the skin, minimizing the appearance of imperfections and leaving the skin feeling soft, fresh, and radiant. Contains vitamin A and E to soothe and condition the skin. Light to medium coverage, suitable for all skin tones, ideal for dry skin. And it says to use their like foundation brush, which just looks like a traditional foundation brush, or a sponge to mix it all in. So I used my Sonia Kashuk flat kabuki brush. I have a review on this guy that I'll link down below, but I love it, and at Sonia Kashuk prices, what is better than that? Excuse me. And I blended. I'm gonna insert the little demo of me putting it on my face. I was in a sourpuss mood when I sat down to put on my makeup, so I was like, well, I'll just do it as a sped through little thing, and Bruno will cheer us up. So by the time I have to sit and talk to everyone, I will be in a better mood, and it worked. I don't agree it being a sheer to medium. It's a pretty medium coverage in my view. It's not full. My imperfections did need a little bit of concealer, but it is pretty medium. I wouldn't say it's a sheer coverage. I did use a fair bit of it, so I guess if you used a little bit, you could get a sheer coverage, but anyways, I would say it's probably a solid medium coverage. The other thing I have to say about it is it's not the easiest to blend. Like I sort of tried to show in that little close-up, there were spots where it would just sort of bunch, especially by my eyes, which I don't know if I showed that, but especially by my eyes, it tends to sort of bunch. Yeah, which I'm not a huge fan of. What else do I want to tell you? It has a bit of a fragrancy smell. When you first put it on your face, I did find it to be a little bit strong, but once I blended the foundation out, I didn't have the same kind of problem with that smell being really strong. And then what else? The shade is a little bit dark for me, but we made it work, I feel like. And I think that's all I wanted to tell you. I know that it looks like you can also buy this foundation at Nordstrom's, but I'll link the Gorgeous Cosmetics site down below, and then you can sort of check out retailers if you're interested. But it is right now 3:20 p.m. I'm gonna go run some errands, go outside, do all that good stuff, and check in with you. What else do I want to tell you? Oh, so the other thing is why I want to check in now too is because I like how my makeup turned out. So I just wanted to sit here so I could have this. I feel like YouTube is a bit of like a visual diary for me, and so one of the things I've enjoyed most is getting to like look back on these videos and see my good makeup days, my bad makeup days, things I've learned, all that kind of fun stuff. So I wanted a nice fresh look, because it's not going to look this fresh when we get back at the end of the night. But the other reason was to tell you sort of how the rest of my face products blended. It is a very wet formula, so I let it set. I did my eyes, like everything on my eyes, before I moved on to concealer and blush, just because I really wanted to give it the time to set, because it did feel really wet. I will say though that after I did my eyes, so what, 15-20 minutes later, and I went back to do my face, everything from concealer to blush blended out really lovely on my cheeks and my face, like I did my under eye highlights. And so blending it wasn't too bad, but too difficult. But I would say that let it set, because I've got a little bit of transfer up here that I had to wipe off, and it did feel like it needed time to set. So that's probably one word of caution, advice, or whatever that I would say. Anyway, so like I said, it's 3:20. I will check back in probably at the end of the night and let you know how it's worn, if I have any other notes on it, and we'll do 3 points positivity at that point. Okay. Hello and welcome to the deep dark of the night. I feel like our lighting, it is the middle of the night. It's 11:14 right now. And I don't know if I've ever filmed this late actually. But we were doing foundation review, so I thought I would prolong the time I've been wearing this as long as possible so I could film really an accurate review. I don't know what's going on. I feel like I filmed a couple videos today just to get ahead of my vacation next week so you guys have stuff to watch while I'm gone. But everything just seems very yellow today. I don't know what is happening. Anyways, let's talk about this foundation, shall we? So this is the Gorgeous Cosmetics foundation, obviously, if you've been watching this video. And I've been wearing it, like I said, it's 11:15 now. 15 now, it was 14 when we started. And I put it on at about 3:15, 3:20. It's been about, I'm telling you, my room is set on driving me crazy. Anyways, it's about 8 hours. And I do have some specific thoughts on this that I want to share with you. From this distance, it looks beautiful. And every time I catch myself in like the reflection in like my rear view mirror when I was out and about, or like even my reflection on the car, you know, the car windows, I love the way it looked from far away. It gives this really beautiful airbrush, sort of flawless finish. The fact that it's a little bit darker than my skin tone just gave me this sort of healthy, sort of sun-kissed glow that I really like. And so I'm torn because it looks really great on camera and it looks really great at a distance. And I'm like, well, it is really pretty. Maybe I should pick myself up a bottle. There are things I don't really love about it though. And that's what I mean when I said it looks good from far away. When you get up close, I will zoom you in a second, it's not as perfect. So the first thing I will mention is it does oxidize, and the reason I knew that was because I missed a whole chunk. I've since blended in some more foundation, but I missed a whole chunk on this side of my face, and because it's a lot darker you could see that demarcation, but only as soon as I got in the car. And it was not only darker, but it was more orange on this top side. So I will say that it does oxidize a little bit, and it does oxidize, at least the shade that I had, oxidized a little bit more orange. So I don't know if that's with only the yellow tone ones that oxidize a little more orange, but there is some oxidization happening. Also, the second note about it is it did say on both the little packet that I had as well as the website that it is best suited for dry skin tones. I don't know if that's the case. I have been trying to combat some of, I've told you guys recently I've been really oily for some odd reason. So I've been trying to combat that with a bunch of products that are supposed to dry out my face. So as a result, what's happened is like my oiliness will still be intact sort of in my T-zone area. But on the sides of my face and the bottoms of my face right here, I've had some like dry patches, like where, you know, when you rub it off and you can see like the dead skin. It clung to those patches. It clung, and like especially up here by my brows and stuff, it clung to those dry patches. So I don't actually know if I would recommend this for dry skin. That being said, my oily patches where like at my chin here, by these breakouts on the side of my face, any place where usually I get oily and the foundation just gets eaten up really quickly, the foundation has lasted a really long time. I wanted to set the foundation specifically and not any additional powder or a concealer combo that I use to combat oiliness. So that's what I did. I didn't have any additional powder or concealer on sort of my blemishes or my oily zones. The only place there's concealer and powder is sort of on my under my eyes, just to give some brightness. And I've really been hugely surprised by how well it's lasted on those oily zones, just the foundation alone. So I honestly would probably recommend this more if you're on the oilier side. If you're on the dry side, I just feel like it's going to cling to those dry patches in a not super attractive way. I'm going to bring you guys in close to tell you what I mean about how it looks not quite as polished close up. On this side of my face where it's like a little bit dry, I feel like there's some clinging to the dry patches. And then up here by my eyebrows, I just feel like there's a little bit more clumping. I'm hoping the HD today it's just in my screen right here. I'm trying to look to see if you can see what I see in the mirror. I'm not sure you're actually seeing it. It's just, it clings a little bit, like it's, I don't know, it bunches almost, and it gives, see how by my brows it's orange? It's like all bunched up. It's very strange. But for the most part, like, it doesn't emphasize the pores in this area. Do you see how well, for no additional powder or concealer, do you see how well it's lasted on my face? Like, it's very much surprising me in a really positive way. So yeah, trying to look at, I feel like when I go back to edit this, hopefully I'll see some of those imperfections that I see here in person, because right now you have me being finicky about the fact that I don't think it's great, and you see it up close and it looks pretty flawless for 8 hours of wear. I do really like it, I've got to say. I also wouldn't agree, although I don't like it for the reason, like, I don't think that it goes with what is said on the website, so I'm glad I did get to test it first, because I don't think there's anything sheer about this foundation. It's a solid medium cover foundation. I also don't think it's the best for dry skins. I'd say it's more for normal to combo to oily skins. So I don't think it says what it I don't think it does what the packaging or the website says, but I think it is really, really lovely and really soft and just a beautiful foundation. So if you are at Nordstrom's and there's a Gorgeous Cosmetics booth, stand, till, what do we call them? Most definitely go check it out. If you have played with it and you have different skin type, tone issues than I do, please let us know down below what your experience has been with it. Overall, I don't want to say that I would buy it because I don't need any more foundation, but I'm honestly, like, I can't stop looking at myself if you haven't noticed. So I think next time I'm in the US, which may or may not be this week depending on where I am this week, I might check out a bottle of this guy just because it is really lovely. And I think I would probably go for this shade as like a summer shade because I'm liking the kind of tan it's giving me. So thank you for sending it to me, Sissy. I'm going to stop checking myself out and being so self-centered and finish off this video. That is all I had to say. All the information about the foundation that I can find will be down in that description box. Share with us your thoughts. Share with us any of your new foundation finds and all that good stuff. I've still got a couple foundations that I'm going to test out for you guys. So look out for those hopefully in the next couple weeks. Points of positivity. The first point of positivity is I discovered espresso for the first time today. I have for the longest time fought coffee for no other reason than I never liked the taste. And it's weird because I'm of Lebanese descent, and the Lebanese people like many things in this world. Coffee is high on that list. And it's Turkish coffee, so it's really strong coffee. And so the fact that I never drank coffee while it was such a big part of everything around me growing up was a weird thing. And especially when I got to university or I was working long hours, I was like, I wish I could just get past the taste of coffee because I feel like it would let me get through these things so much easier. Today, after that Spanish latte discovery the other day, I'm like, I've been missing out. So we went to dinner, and I ordered an espresso. It's like a nice Italian restaurant, you know, where they take pride in their coffee. So I ordered an espresso after dinner, and oh my goodness. I feel like I could do a whole video on espresso. But I don't know where this has been my whole life. I don't know. It was just the most, like, my sister was there and she's like, I just watch your eyes get bigger and bigger and bigger. And she's like, and you made these faces? She was like, of like such pure unadulterated happiness. You scared me a little bit. I don't even know what it is. It's like the sensory experience of smelling it and tasting and all that kind of good stuff. And like so beautifully bitter, which is not something I thought I would enjoy, but I loved. And I think the best way to describe it is if any of you guys have seen the commercial or the trailer for Lucy, or what is that other movie with Bradley Cooper? You know, the one where he takes those like pills to be able to access, because I feel like it's some like there's a stated fact that we use less than 10% of our brain capacity. Anyways, he takes these pills so he can access more of his brain capacity, and so and it's like you start seeing colors you've never seen, hearing things. It's like everything is just in focus. I literally have not felt this awake in 2 months. It's the greatest thing ever. I'm expecting the crash is going to be quite intense, but right now I'm like riding this buzz of caffeine and it's making me very happy. And yeah, it's been awesome. I'm just going to leave it at that before you guys think I'm weirder than I already am. My second point of positivity, sort of hand in hand with that, is the fact that I got to go to dinner with my sister. It was just the two of us and we just hung out and had awesome food and drank espresso. And it was great. She just looked at me. She's like, if that's what it's doing to you, I'm not having any. But anyways. And then my third point of positivity is as soon as I'm finished filming this, I'm going to go wash my face. And we're having a movie night, so we're gonna watch Honey, I think, tonight, which I'm really excited for. It's like an old Jessica Alba dance movie. I'm pretty psyched. But yeah, Let me know if you've had any great espresso recently or anything else that's just making you giddy with happiness. I want to send you guys tons and tons of love, thanking you for being here, and yay for being back to Foundation Review Mondays. I will talk to you soon, and until then, remember that life is just way too short to wear boring lipstick. Bye, guys.